Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Local Pundit. I'm Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham reaction for match day 17, and it's a big win for Wrexham AFC. 2-0. They beat Gillingham. They beat Gillingham 2-0 at the racecourse ground in front of 10,268 fans, 1,148 fans traveling 3.5 hours away from Gillingham. Fantastic win. Really great game. Got a clean sheet. Goals from Palmer in the first minute, Tozer in the 71st minute or 70th minute, I think it was. But really, really great to see this team kick on. Wasn't an easy game. But even though I think we were very well controlled throughout the match. So congrats to the team. That is one loss in the last 16, 11 games unbeaten, and that moves it up to second in the table. So we are rocking and rolling. We're going to go into the game a little bit here. We're going to talk about the lineup, but let's talk about where we're at in the table. So Stockport did win today. They won, I think it was 4-2. They're 38 points. They've won their last 5 games. We have won 4 out of the last 5 games. We drew the game before in the league. We have 17 played. We're at 33 points. Mansfield Town has 32 points right behind us. So I'm going to drop it in the chat too if anyone's out there and they want to watch. Want to have their say as well. I'm going to put it in there. Come in whenever you want. Everyone is welcome. And there we go. That is in the chat. Let's do this. Let's talk about this game. Let's talk about who started. Let's talk about what went on. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out right now. I'm going to say it. My man of the match was Ben Tozer. I know everyone says Evans. Evans was my number 2. I think Evans is fantastic. I know Andrew Thomason in the watch along said he's my favorite player, and he has become my favorite player. But I felt Tozer played well at the back. His communication, his ball positioning, and putting a goal in, great goal for him today. Really scrappy. He stayed up and got that done. But let's walk through it. The lineups were like this. This is how we went through. And I know we went through. We started O'Connor, Tozer, Hayden, Okonkwo in the back, Jones, Evans, and Lee, Mendy, Ford, Dalby, and Palmer. Fantastic. I love that lineup. Tunnicliffe came on for Hayden. Hayden played really well coming back from an injury. I thought he played really, really well. And who else came on? Jordan Davies came on for Elliot Lee. Elliot Lee covered every blade of grass. Really exciting midfield that we have there. I didn't think we had full control over the midfield at times. Ball was a little scrappy around, but it didn't help for the fact that they were going down the wings. They were really trying to get out our wings. Alexander, Mahoney, and Clark and Malone were getting up and down the wings, but the team played really, really well under the conditions. Mullen was definitely missed in certain parts of the game trying to get up through the channel, but Dalby deputized really well. Palmer's opening goal was scrappy, and that's sometimes how you got to get it off. And I think that set the tone for the game right off the bat. When you get punched in the mouth like that, what happens? Do you recover? And I don't think that Gillingham definitely recovered from that. Not that they're a bad side, but I don't think that they recovered. They have a new manager in there. I think his name is I'm going to get this right for them. Stephen Clements. Stephen Clements is a new manager. He took over last week, so he's still getting used to his side. Some people in the chat while we were watching the game said that they would have liked to see Tommy Nichols start. They really like him for Gillingham. Although I did really like the look of who was it? Who was the guy? Johnny Williams, who he came on for. Johnny Williams, I thought, was the best player for them on the pitch, but it was probing and pushing forward. Going into the first half after that goal, we still stayed on that front foot. We did a really good job, kind of holding our line. Tozer was sitting there, kind of playing. He was kind of playing the role that Evans is used to playing. Tozer was on the ball. Thomas O'Connor went out. Mendy played on the left. Ford was on the right. I thought both of them played really well. It's great to see Anthony Ford back in the team. Mendy, I thought, was fantastic on that left side. I had said that I thought he was a better defender than he is going forward. Now, that's him playing on the right. I thought he played really well on the left. I thought he did a great job going forward, and it led to that second goal with that whipped cross. That cross coming in that he put in was fantastic. And Tozer's 71st minute goal really set the tone of just like, okay, I like it. So I like Mendy on the left side. Now he's going to be gone because he's got called up to his Gambia to his international team, and that is he'll be gone for the. We said this the other day. He's selected for the Gambian team, and he will be gone for the 18th November 18th game against Accrington Stanley. So he's going to be gone. Hopefully, McLean will be back. But at the same time, McLean is going to be gone for his final game, his 103rd cap, because he's retiring from international football. So we'll be able to manage that, hopefully. Hopefully, we get some people back. It was also, again, good to see. It was good to see Hayden back in there. I really thought he did really well. I thought he did really, really well coming in, and him and Tozer have a great understanding, and Thomas O'Connor pushing up and covering that left side there where Mendy was pushed forward. Evans and Jones, middle of the park. Palmer, Dalby up top. So this moves us up to second place, which is really great. Let's see what else we got going on here. So they said that goal was at 58 seconds. With 58 seconds. So yeah, that's great. Mendy picked up the ball down that left flank, drove the ball towards the goal. His initial delivery was into the box. Dalby couldn't get on it. It spilled by the keeper, and Mendy coming in. So I'm just liking what's going on. It just seems like Parkinson has the team clicking, and coming up a league is never easy. The crowd was into it, as mentioned. There's 10,268 fans there supporting. So what now? So we have what's coming up for us in the next few matches. And I said I dropped it in the chat there. I was watching when they come in. Sure, I want to see what the next few games look like. First team matches coming up. I want to see what the matches are coming up next week. Next week we have. Bear with me here. September, October. We're in November already. Holy gosh. So next week we are away at Accrington Stanley. That's the game that Mendy's going to miss. Okay. We are away there, Accrington Stanley. And the week after that, we are home on the 25th. That is a holiday weekend here in the States. It's Thanksgiving. That's a Saturday game as well. Both of those are 3 o'clock, so 7 o'clock games. That's away. It's home at the STōK against Morecambe, and then November 28th. That is all these are in the league away at Harrogate Town. So Accrington Stanley are where in the league? Let's take a look for next week. Accrington Stanley are 8th, so they won today. Let's see who Accrington Stanley beat today. Accrington Stanley today, they lost. No. They lost to Crawley Town. 3-1. Red card to them. Okay, why does it say what? Sometimes these aren't updated, which is tough. Which is tough. But that said, that's unfortunate. Okay, good. So we're going to have Stanley next. Team's cooking. We will have Mullen and McLean back for the next game. I do anticipate probably Mullen being back up top, probably Palmer to the bench. Dalby has played really well, although he didn't score today, and Palmer did have a great goal. So we'll see how that happens. But the team is cooking. The team's doing really well. I can see some people in watching along. Like I said, dropped it in. You guys want to have your say? Have your say. Welcome to have you on. Try to be on for a few minutes here. What else is going on? So let's get into the stats a little bit. So stats didn't really, were in our favor in some ways. We had 15 shots, 5 on target, 5 corners, 13 fouls. 13 fouls. They had 7 fouls to our 13 fouls. Possession was in their favor at 55%, 45% to us. Interestingly enough, with all those fouls, 13 fouls, so a total of 20 fouls in the game, no yellow cards. So whoever had that bet on, I hope they made some money. So no yellow cards, which is very interesting because Parkinson did come out and he said, it's very easy to get yellow cards in the league these days because, obviously Mullen is out and McLean is out. And I said on the watch along, it's like, well, Mullen shouldn't be getting 5 yellow cards. He's a striker. I know he drops back, but for Mullen to get 5 cards as a striker, how does that happen? I don't understand. How does that happen? I do want to give a special shout out to Evans, who is not who for me has really solidified sitting in front of that back line, that back three. He breaks up play really well. He has great poise on the ball. His pass to Mendy for the second goal on that left side was so pinpoint. The putting into space and having Mendy go in there and get that cross in for Tozer to get on. I think he is so well poised, and his knowledge of the game and his control is fantastic. And I think it allows Elliott Lee to get forward and move around. And also Jones just cooks around too. It just seems like everyone's settling into their own. And I know we have the cup run coming, and we're doing well in the cups, but we got to get some of these injured players back. But people are coming around. The team is really, really pressing forward. So, that is your Wrexham reaction. 2-0. And it's a great win for us. Great win. We got a game coming up next week against Accrington Stanley, and we're going to kick on. And we're 11 games unbeaten, 1 out of 16 loss, and let's keep going. So, congrats to Wrexham up into second place. That is your Wrexham reaction. Everyone have a great Saturday, and we will talk soon. All right.